Between the episodes on Eisenholm. I started the day with some neuron activation, counting out just how much limestone we'll need to get our upper floor walls in place. Afterward, I set to work forming a falx blade mold and popped it into a pit kiln to fire. While I waited, the forge called to me. Hammering out a tin bronze boss and hoop felt like the right move since we've been long overdue for a shield. Once I got going on the anvil, I decided our mold would have to be for later blades, and I hammered out our first proper sword blade. One stick and 3 maple boards later, and we had ourselves kitted out for some proper sword and board action. Which brings us to the very next morning, where I've noticed the bee skeps have populated. I wasn't expecting them to do this so far into October, but we don't have any of those straw dummies I was talking about in place, so I'm going to hold off for the moment. I'll wait until we've got more than one to collect from, which is fine because we have a lot of work to do today. For you see, that upper floor is looking a little sparse. Since I've counted out how much we're going to need, we're going to want at least 3 stacks of limestone just to get that upper floor done. And the nice thing is, they can all be chiseled because I want to recess them all in a little bit just to give a bit of depth upstairs. So let's get on the road. Get around the gate first. We've got ourselves a beautiful sunny morning, and I'm going to head down across the water to our salt mine. Now I could bring the raft, but I want to save as much inventory space as possible. We're already taking up a bit of space having the hammer and chisel so that we can chisel out blocks instead of having to break them and get little stones. Got the last bit of our meat with us, so eventually we'll have to do another hunting trip. But for now, we've got ourselves a whole bunch of porridge and vegetables back at the house, so I'm not worried for the moment. Before it gets too far into winter, though, we probably will go and hunt down some more animals, get a whole bunch of meat stocked up, and that's partially why I'm collecting rocks down by the salt mine. Now, the reason I'm bringing along our brand new sword and shield with us while I'm going on a bit of a mining expedition is just in case, as we're going around looking for rocks, I might pop my head down into a cave here and there. But also, just in case we come across some drifty boys, we can actually defend ourselves. Now, I was debating between chalk and limestone, and if this wasn't just a farmhouse, which I feel the little bit dirtier, dingier look of limestone could look better as a kind of a plaster that's been left to the elements. The chalk might be a little too bright and clean. So while we're here, let's collect ourselves probably at least a stack of salt, and then we can start relieving a bunch of limestone. We've barely made a dent in this. This is more than a lifetime supply of salt. It goes up so high. Let's just pop that back in the bag. I did bring a chest so we can start to store things when we are running low on inventory space. But for the moment, let's start chiseling up some of these. It might take a little bit, but we can save on our pickaxe durability just a little bit if we want to be inefficient with time, and just break these blocks by hand. I'll very likely start using the pickaxe after a little bit since we do have a couple more ingots left over and another pickaxe head waiting in a mold back home. But I think this would be a good time, as I'm going to be spending a lot of time collecting multiple stacks of limestone, to do another Sol Says What segment. So I'll be here toiling away in the mines, and you listen to the dulcet tones or crazed ramblings of Sol Says What.
Welcome to Sol Says What, presented by Sol Says What.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same coat as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight. But I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh, I own all of the Empire now, Palpatine. Take that, you old man. Oh.
Scarabs are a quadrupedal mining platform that are part of a larger class of constructs known... My apologies, that's the wrong scarab. Scarabs are actually stout-bodied beetles. Scavengers by nature, the scarab beetle recycles dung, carrion, or decaying plant matter.
Things around us aren't always what they seem. In the everyday world, we use a simple scale, ourselves, to know what is small and what is large. But what about the worlds that lie beyond? What is truly large and truly small?
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Orcs is never defeated in battle. If we win, we win. If we die fighting, so it don't count.
Horus was weak. Horus was a fool. He had the whole galaxy within his grasp, and he let it slip away. Where'd you go? Come on out and fight me!
Come out to the coast, get together, have a few laughs. Now I know what a TV dinner feels like. When I was a young'un, we only had onions to play with. Onions and one turnip. Ah, yes, those were the days of fragrant, innocent fun. Words of courage, Block Man. Whatever ancient technology you find, protect it with your life. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Freedom is democracy.
Hello and good morning. I hope you're enjoying this preview of the back-breaking labor you will have to endure upon waking from the great sleep. This proud seraph... Wait a minute. Larry? Why is his skin not blue or green? Is that just a lanky human?
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us.
I see now why you picked this camp. A delicious-looking limestone rock.
Oh, not again. I accidentally spilt tea on my apron again. Oh, hopefully it'll come out in the wash. Okay, now, back to testing out these strange doohickeys.
You know, it would have been nice if Ziggy set the coordinates for a little farther forward. Now I'm stuck in 1945, and Sam says Sweet and Low hasn't even been invented yet, so now I gotta make up lies that it's something Uncle Sam came up with. My powers are beyond your mortal imagination. For instance, my eyes can see through your armor. Ah, all right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Stay a while and listen to a passage from my favorite tome, 50 Shades of Grey. I hate the smell of so much dirt and not enough herbs. I'm all out of herbs.
This has been Sol Says What. If you would like your submission read, please be sure to include the dialogue, character, and hashtag in the comments section below. Alright, so we've made it back home safe and sound with a lot of limestone. Got ourselves here just shy of 3 stacks, but we have 7 cracked limestone, and this one might have been relieved by accident. I'm not entirely sure how with the patterning I was doing, but it does not want to stack with those ones, so we'll let that do as it wants to do. Now, I'm not entirely certain if the workbench we have outside will function with already chiseled blocks. It just says to input materials for crafting, so I'm going to give this a little try. Let's plop this down on the counter here. So we've got our already pre-chiseled limestone rock, and we're just going to try to chisel it down here and see what we can do with that workbench. See if we can get this to copy over. So this side here that I'm trimming down is going to be our outer facing edge. And all of the other ones, if we can copy them over in the workbench, then, oops, we can just rotate them as we need. And that would be the ideal scenario. I think we'll be safe outside here on a low rift activity night. So let's pop our block there. Need a chisel to copy a chiseled block. Pop our chisel in there. And it will not allow us to copy it over to a pre-chiseled block. Okay. This is a slight bit unfortunate. Looks like we may have to chisel these down by hand. Oh boy. Might have been a good idea for me to have looked that up before absolutely chiseling all of the blocks. Mainly did it so I wouldn't be cluttering up my inventory with a bunch of other rock types that I don't quite need at the moment. But hey, you know, it's a little bit of give and take, I suppose. So I think I'm going to cut down a few of those oak trees that have started to grow, get a little bit more wood for the upper framing over the limestone walls, and we're going to do a little bit of a building time-lapse, I think, to get these walls in place. Commence the time-lapse. Ah! And so, we have the walls up for the second floor. Now I have blocked in where the other windows are going to go, just with some packed dirt for now, because we need to go gather more lead if we want to make more glass panes. And it is all showing up as the inside of a house, which is perfect. So I think I might not worry about making this more enclosed. I might turn this into a closet or a cupboard of some sort, possibly. But we've got a little balcony. I may add an entrance here. I'm not too sure if this will be the door that stays. But we've got our balcony. Need to add a railing, of course, for safety. But I've just filled in the entire ceiling with packed dirt for the time being, just because we're going to need a lot of either shale rocks or blue clay shingles. I'm leaning a bit more towards shale rocks. I like the slight darker look. And here we have our staircase. And I don't need to worry about covering it up anymore. I probably should just add a torch up here, though. Yeah, I'm going to make a few torches. Just to light up the entire inside. Haha. There we go. Now, if you look behind me outside, we've got hail coming down. And if we look at the temperature outside, we are hitting 0 degrees right at this very moment. So it's getting a little chilly. I had to put on my winter clothes. So I've got a little, oh, that is kind of weird. Okay. We're just going to keep the helmet on for the time being. But yeah, I've got my fur coat, my fur gloves, and my fur boots on. So I'm all cozy. I started to freeze in the middle of chiseling the bedroom wall here. So what do we do now that we have our walls up and we've got ourselves a little bit of salt? Well, first of all, we clear out our inventory a bit because that's a lot of stuff we got in here. So if we pop it in the corner here, we can start to grind this rock salt up, basically, into actual salt. So I'm going to be here a while doing some grinding. Now I came down here to put some salt in a barrel, and I guess we're going to have exactly 2 barrels free here. There we go. We have 2 salt barrels ready to go. And coincidentally, we also have our prepared hides, which are now ready to go into the strong tannin. So let's pop those into there, and we're going to get 25 leather after another 4.5 days. So with our leather getting ready for the final stages, we're going to have a bit of time to just let it do its thing. And I think this might be a good opportunity while we're waiting. Since we need to do a little bit of exploring anyway at some point in the near future, why not find an excuse to take our new shield and sword out for a bit of a test drive. Now let's start with the hole that's given us the most trouble in this entire playthrough so far. Hello, my old nemesis. This one's a twofer. We got a couple choices. Well, this one looks far more shallow. Let's clear away a little bit of this foliage here so we can actually see a bit better down there. And, oh yeah, this was my original dirt pillar, so I'm actually just going to reclaim this. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of cave diving. See if we can't find some more ruins and hopefully some more aged torch holders, because we have a lot of torches going around. Oh, there's a whole other direction here. That leads to absolutely nothing. Good. But I definitely would like to find more aged torch holders so we don't have to worry about re-upping the torches every day. At least until we can get ourselves to lanterns. Oh, we got bricks. Ah, ooh. Alright, we got ourselves a translocator under here. That's convenient. Okay. What do we got? We got some crates. We got some chests here. A Rotwalker mask. Okay. Let's try that on in a second here. These aged crates, they're empty. They could really come in handy, in all honesty. So let's start breaking down some of this, and well, actually let's mark this on the map first. Okay, invisible stone rubble, we got that going on here. You go there. Okay, let's put a few things down here. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of these sticks. Put our light down so we can see, and let's get our chest off our back so we can start storing some things in here. Get these crates in there. Keep that Rotwalker mask on. Let's see, what does this look like? Oh, that's terrifying.
Hello? Do you have any rusted spoons? I like it when the red water comes out. May I caress this rusted kettle?
I don't think we're gonna wear it. It does weird things to me. Just pop it in the chest there. That's where it's gonna live. What did I get? I picked up a ruined drill. Why not? We'll keep that. Could be useful for workshop decoration at some point. Now, we've got that repaired. Now we just need a couple of gears. And because we're a clockmaker, we only need 2 temporal gears to fix this. But that's still 2 more than what we have or have ever really seen up until this point. Okay, well that was a pretty successful little path down this cave here. And this is the side I fell down when I almost died. It's a good thing I fell down this side and not the other, because the other one is a bit more deadly. Oh, that's lava down there. Okay. Ooh, I'm already losing stability as I go. Ooh. Don't have to go down too far. We got a ruin right here. Ooh, okay, we got more barrel. Oh, we've got a couple little bits of clothing here. Okay. Peasant shirt. It's heavily tattered, but okay. And a hunter poncho. That's not going to show up under our armor. But it does show up over our fur coat, which is kind of nice. Well, you know what? It's an extra 0.1 degrees even in its terrible state, so we're just gonna wear it because it's gonna be a little bit more than what we have. And you know what? We won't be able to see it, but right now our original shirt is pretty much it's scraps. It's rags down at 0 degrees that it's helping keep us warm. Whereas this peasant shirt, at least it's going to give us 0.4 degrees. So it's a little better than the practically nothing that we've got. Please drop. I would love a ruined small crate, please. Yes! Dang it. Oh, now this old fire pit is actually probably going to come in handy for our fireplace. If we don't want it to be usable, we can at least have it be decorative. Looks like we've got ourselves more dry stone. I was hoping that was going to go up to something, but nope. These are aged short beds, which I do not believe we can use. Okay, we've already found a couple ruins, but no torch holders yet. Now I'm just going to take a quick peek on down this way toward the lava. Yeah, I'm going to be as exceedingly careful as I can, and that is just going right on down to... honestly, that's probably going down to our other lava pit? There's a bit of a distance, but I wouldn't be surprised if they connect up somehow. So we're just going to leave that be, because that's a very narrow descent down a very slim tunnel, and a very slim tunnel with a lot of lava flowing down it, and I don't want to have any part of that. Oh, I see we're up at medium now. All right. We've finally got boys. Well, that one big old cave sorted out. The secrets of my nemesis have been sorted. Just for curiosity's sake, though, I am going to check the lava hole here to see if it connects to that lava funnel. Or river, or whatever we want to call it, that we saw in the other cave. This is going north. Don't think it actually connects. Hey, stop it. We gotta be careful here. Ooh, more gear. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, it looks like we got some saltpeter down here. Is there anything good or just big ol' hole? Might just be a big ol' hole. Uh-oh, locusts. Okay. Haha, I don't know if I'm prepared to deal with that quite yet. Okay, that just keeps going down. I'm just gonna grab my torch. It was at that moment when I realized I'm a builder, not a fighter. And I get exceedingly quiet when I'm focusing on not dying. Do you have anything good? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Okay, let's get up out of here. Good, good. The safety of the lava. Never thought I'd say that, but it brings light. And with light comes safety. We're just gonna be the carefulest little boys here. Alright? No, no, no. You... That's right. Oh, he's dead, dead. Oh, boy, okay. Nope, nope, nope. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, no how. No, no, no. Ha ha ha. Ooh, let's at least get up onto the surface. Ha ha. No, no siree. A man nearly pushed me into lava, and no, sir. I don't like it. Okay, back in the safety of the house. Let's check and see what our spoils are. A few things. We've got some metal barrels. Could put those around the house. The rot walker mask that's going to make us start acting a little crazy, I think. But I don't know. There's something weird that happens with it. Like I take it and I put it on,
And suddenly I talk like this.
and I really don't understand it. Do any of you have this problem where you put on a mask?
And suddenly you want to caress a rusted spoon.
So we're just going to keep that off for maybe ever. Yeah. So we've changed our clothes a little bit. Got ourselves 8 gears. Not too bad. 6 metal parts. So that'll help for repairing other things. Translocators. We got a lot of good things. The tuning cylinder is not going to come in handy for quite a while, probably. But these crates... Oh boy. Especially if we want to go collect a bunch of slate to make our roofs, we're going to definitely want a whole bunch of crates. I mean, this is basically like 8 chests. It's great. It's perfect. In fact, you know what? Let's set them up in the basement right now. Not in that room. Let's do this room. Don't ask why there's a bed in here. We've got a nice little decorative wall of crates, and each one's going to be very handy. We can just store a bunch of stones in there. Now, the aged ones, they do only have 16 slots, so they're pretty much the exact same as a chest. But if I were to make crates, they have 20 storage slots, so they're a little bit better. So I think before the next time we get into those tunnels, we're going to want to make some horsetail poultices, which means we're going to have to collect a bit more horsetail and definitely more reeds. Definitely would have liked to get some aged torch holders, so I wouldn't have to worry about doing this every couple of days. But hey, you know, one day, once we get our poultices, then we'll be okay. But in any case, I think we've had a decently eventful day. I think this is a good place to call it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I'd also like to give a special shout out to our channel members. Your names are coming across the screen right now. But as the snow is beginning to fall from the sky, I don't see any of it sticking to the ground just yet. But I think we're in for a bit of a wintry time. So this will be the time for mining, exploration, hoping to get some meat so we can use some of that salt that we've got in the basement. So I think next time we'll probably do a little bit of hunting, both for rocks and for meat. And if we were a Goron, those would kind of be the same thing. Unfortunately, we're not, so best we can do is get them in the same trip. But anyway, before I get too carried away, thank you once again, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye. How many episodes will this floor stay dirt? And how many more will the ceiling also be dirt?